Trafalgar's a business champion because Business Solent is pulling together businesses of all shapes and sizes across the whole Solent region, and no one else is doing anything like it.
I think the single change lies with ourselves. I suspect a lot of people would say, let's have more funding. I think the issue is, and it's the reason why I'm here today, is we need to work with businesses to create the confidence to help them to grow. And as we heard today, confidence is going to be a key thing for the economy.
It helps me engage and connect with other businesses in the local area, hopefully win some work, but also through my role as chair of the Future Southampton Group to influence particularly the built environment in Southampton and make it a better place.
Here today we have something like, it's the 7th anniversary of Business Solent, by the way, which is fantastic. All due to Sally and her team, Sally Linsky and her team. It's absolutely tremendous. Started with 30 founding members or 30 founding champions. Now 250. And if you've got in your pack this, you just turn to the back. There you go. That's an idea of how it has grown in 7 years, which is extraordinary. And what they are trying to achieve, Business Solent, their ambition is to get to the 1,000. The 1,000 business partnerships that are all coming together, the champions of the South who are driving this economy forward. And with that, let's not forget, this is not just about business leaders, it's about the tens of thousands of people in the workplace as well who are connected up as a result of you being here and doing the things that you do. There is so much potential. Every conversation leads to an opportunity. And there are so many opportunities for champions in the region. It is really, really exciting. Together, we're committed to promoting the region as a great place and destination of choice to work, invest, study, live and enjoy. The question is, will you be one of our 1,000 most ambitious business leaders helping us to drive regional economic prosperity? Thank you.
So, coming back to the wonderful picture at the beginning in terms of what is the importance of that 1 mile length of concrete and tarmac located in the centre of our region. Well, the importance is that all regions need routes to be successful. The connectivity which can be afforded across into Europe and worldwide, albeit sometimes by European hubs. It's interesting, the Sir Howard Davis Commission will be reporting, yes, by the end of this year, around what can be gained out of existing runway capacity in the South East, but it won't report for another 2 years around do we need additional runway capacity in the South East, i.e. new runways. And even with the best intent, I think we're probably talking about another 10 years, even if there is a positive deliberation around increased runway capacity. So we will still need to service emerging markets via some of our European hubs moving forward. But to be successful, we need connectivity.
Yes, and as an industry, we would like to show that our industry can be a sexy job, that actually you don't have to sit in front of a computer all the time, and you can go out and have some fun and do something that is really practical. Our young apprentice, I'm very proud of them, and you might notice we also have a first female apprentice who is a painter and decorator, young Holly. We also integrate with the university and Job Centre Plus, and we've gone to various skill fairs to bring forward and show the opportunities that we can have on site. We do on-site training, so there's a scaffold here, again allowing the technical colleges to come down and have some practical experience. We are fortunate that the site is large enough to be able to put some space aside for this. So the skills fair has been very successful, and we do try and send representatives along to each of them as they come up. We've also integrated with the Wolston Traders, and off our own back did a traders directory which we hand out to all our residents and the traders keep, and it is amazing when you actually look in a district centre how many different skills and abilities and different offers there are in Wolston, and that has helped a lot to bring back investment into Wolston Town Centre.
During the Olympics, we also for 66 days worked 24 hours a day, working with the government in whatever they required on geoanalysis. But before then, we also helped the Prime Minister answer that big question that everyone was to live within 1 hour of the torch. Well, I got the phone call the following day. And I'm delighted to say with our information, we were able to do that. And then something that was quite quiet by me was particularly when some national newspapers suddenly started to talk about the ZIL lanes. I thought, I wonder if they'll ever ask who made them. Well, I'm delighted to say they were made in Southampton. So thank you.
You know, one thing that we thought with this, we thought that that's okay, there's a large group of our readers that are going to stay with us until the end because they're never going to get used to computers, they're never going to get a hand on a laptop and those kind of things. How wrong we were. And I refer to Boxing Day, this just on Christmas, as Tablet Day. Most of us take tablets on Boxing Day. This was an important change. It was reported that in Britain we were selling tablets in the form of iPads and Galaxies, which I always thought was a chocolate bar, and all kinds of things like that. Tablets at 1,000 a minute in the run-up to Christmas, which meant that everyone was opening them on Boxing Day and getting their tablets working. Christmas Day you're preoccupied with Queen's Speech, etc. And the whole world went over. So these were all just young people, not at all. My father at the age of 83 got one. My father-in-law at the age of 80 got one at Christmas as well. And they're off. Hesitant at first, but they're off. Hacking into the Pentagon. Launching nuclear missiles from Korea. Whatever. They're doing all these kind of things. Inappropriate sites, I've had to block them for them. It's just beyond this kind of thing. And the first thing that my father did, he cancelled his lifetime subscription to the Daily Mail because I get it for free now, Ian, on my iPad. I said, Dad, it's not the same edition. The one that you see on the iPad, it's just full of gossip and semi-naked clad celebrity women. He said, yes, I know, don't tell your mother. Much prefer it. The only thing he misses is the crossword, so we have to collect them for him and send them to him. But the world is changing, but I can tell you one thing. It's going to change with us, regional press, as part of it. The Daily Echo is 125 years old this year. Now, I don't know where I'll be in another 125 years. I don't know where we'll be in 25 years. 10 years' time, will the Daily Echo be there? You bet it will be there. Will it still be printed? Most likely. Will it be free? Will it be weekly? I can't say those kind of things, but you'll be getting it on whatever replaces your iPad, whatever new bit comes along. And probably in 25 years' time, when there's another conference at this hotel, if I can find it, I will be back here talking to you about my industry in hologram form. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening.
And apologise for being somewhat gloomy. You can hopefully pick out some of their glimmers. Our urban areas are important. We need to figure out what their role is and how they're performing. We should use the city deal process, those of you that are aware of it, to really focus on those key drivers of growth. The business community, I think we talk a lot when we think about labour markets and issues around the supply side, how we can increase the supply. Actually, I think the business community needs to think about how it actually boosts demand, how we can boost demand for higher quality jobs, those jobs that have progression within them or within those kind of careers. And that's about innovation, that's about apprenticeships, that's about inward investments, that mix of how we boost the overall quality of what's offered. And then we do think, I think we do need to think about housing and improving the housing in affordability challenges that this particular sub-region has over others. That's my contact with this. Apologise again for being gloomy. Thank you very much.
Spiders web around the world now of the internet, which will be something like 3 billion kilometres in 2020. I mean, it is extraordinary physical infrastructure. And that kind of imagination to conceive of how that is going to connect to every person in the world is a sort of mind-blowing moment. But for most of us, What that is something actually really quite basic in terms of, we heard about the media's challenges with getting digital. I did used to run The Economist magazine, which happily still is in print and paid for. The transitions that are required from a print-based psychology way of doing things, or a retailer, a bricks and mortar, to something much more virtual is huge. Those transitional skills are hugely in demand, and for every single firm I know, or every single organisation I know, that structural change is right underway in front of us. And that means that I think the best example in terms of making connections is the music industry. They were selling hard copy. They got really defeated, almost, by the digital world. But what a group of them realised was actually what made the difference was the connection between people and the artist. So where the money is being made now? In live events. So that's why people want to come to events. That's why making sure that we have trade, making sure we have the connections from the university through the infrastructure, through the internet as well, with the research and talent that brings, I think makes us really, really in a good position to look at growth for next year. Thank you very much indeed for listening to me.